Hey guys, Justin here with the pickups from this last weekend. Got about the same amount of stuff at the garage sales as we got in our last video. Didn't get quite as good of a deal on it this time, but we still got some pretty cool stuff. So I will start out with Friday. Ryan and I woke up early on Friday and we hit up the garage sales in our town. There was only like a handful of them though, like 4 or 5 of them. And the only thing we found on Friday at the garage sales was a handheld Yahtzee. It was like 50 cents, and I'll always pick those up if I can find them. But after we were done at the garage sales, we went up to the Goodwill, and it was 99-cent blue tag day, so all the blue tags were $1 or 99 cents. And I managed to find Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the original Xbox. Had a blue tag on it, so it was 99 cents. I personally don't really want it. I have this game for the GameCube, and it's actually a pretty good game, I must say. But I figured someone might want to trade for it or something. For $1, I decided I'd get it. And then later that day, after I got home, Dave called me and said he was stopping by because he had a present for me. And he got here, came downstairs, and literally just handed me Pikmin 1 and 2 for the GameCube. And I really didn't know what to say. I mean, I guess what happened was Dave was over at like a friend's friend house or something, and he found both these games just sitting in the bottom of a box somewhere. And whoever owned the games was like, "Oh yeah, you can just have those, man. I'm never going to play those." So just gave them to Dave. So obviously very nice of whoever this was to give them to Dave, and very nice of Dave to just give them to me. As most of you probably know, Pikmin 2 is one of the most expensive GameCube games. I'm not 100% up to date on what it goes for now, but I think on eBay it's like $60 to $75 the last time I looked for this game, a complete copy. So that was awesome. I mean, I was very happy with that. I used to own both of these games actually, and I played through them both. I know they're both excellent games, but back when I first learned how to sell on eBay, it was kind of like, okay, let's get rid of all the games I'm never going to play again so I can buy new ones, and these were 2 of the games I got rid of. I'm sure I got a decent price for this game, but it wasn't $75. I know that. So very, very happy to have these back. Really regretted selling those back in the day, but we got them back, so I'm gonna play through those again probably. And then a little later that day, Dave and I went to the grocery store and returned like $27 in cans, and we took the money down to the local like pawn shop thing. I say pawn shop loosely because it's not really a pawn shop. It's called a flea market, but it's just one guy that owns it. They don't do pawns or anything. It's just kind of like a buy and sell store. But they had a couple games that Dave was wanting, and I told Dave about them. And so we went down there, and Dave got a stack of N64 games. Now these are Dave's games, but he's not here right now, and he wanted me to show them in the video, so I'll just go ahead and show them for him. We got Power Rangers, Lightspeed Rescue, Triple Play 2000, Ken Griffey Jr.'s Slugfest, Beetle Adventure Racing, and the winner of the bunch, Paper Mario. It's got a little rip in the label right there, but it's not too bad. I think he got that whole stack of games for $25, so not a terrible deal. I think this one, I think he actually got this one for $12 is what it came out to in the end, but so not a bad deal for that game at all, even with the little bit of label damage there. So 5 more games to add to his collection. He was happy with that. But the thing we were most excited about was going out to the garage sales on Saturday, because there was this subdivision about 10-15 minutes away from here, and they were having like a huge neighborhood garage sale. Like it was advertised as 22 or 24 different garage sales, different houses having garage sales. So that was starting at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. So Dave crashed at my place. We literally woke up at 6:45, I think it was. Ryan drove over to my house and with his brother, and all 4 of us drove out there. And we left my house around 7 o'clock, so we got out there about 7:15. And usually, unless a garage sale says no early birds or no early sales or whatever it is, you can generally bank on them being open an hour or 45 minutes before they say they're going to be. But when we got up there, there were some people setting up their garage sales, but nothing was really open yet, so we just kind of drove around and scoped it out for 15 minutes or so until we finally found a garage sale that was just opening, and actually had some pretty good luck at the first sale we went to. When I first walked up there, the first 2 things I saw were 2 Game Boy Advance systems. They weren't SPs or anything, they were like the original Game Boy Advance. They both had like a soft shell case, their chargers, car chargers, I think there was a couple link cables maybe, and they were $10 a piece. I had them in my hand, I was kind of debating it, but I looked up and Ryan was looking through a box of Game Boy Advance games, and all of the games they were selling were $2 a piece, and we actually got some pretty good Game Boy Advance games here for $2 a piece. They're all in these like plastic bags, but we got Pokemon Fire Red, Pokemon Ruby. It's got the manual in the bag there as well. Pokemon Sapphire with the manual in the bag as well, and Pokemon Leaf Green with the manual. So I think the only one we were missing was what, like Emerald or something. But so we got those 4 Pokemon games. Funny story about those though. Obviously, when we got back to my house and sorted everything out, I tested them to see if they saved. 2 of them saved fine, and 2 of them had dead save batteries. So I mean, you could still save the game, but the internal clock wouldn't work or anything. And I found out why. Both of the games had over 250 hours logged into them each, which is absolutely ridiculous. 250 hours of gameplay. I mean, I know Pokemon is one of those games that you can log, quite a few hours into, but 250 hours, like, that is ridiculous. No wonder the save batteries were dead. I had some extra batteries though, and I put them in there, and now they're good and working. So that was an awesome deal for $2 a piece for those. Those go, at least $15, $20 each on eBay. So awesome deal there. We got a couple more here too. Mega Man Battle Network Team Proto Man, and Super Mario Advance, and Donkey Kong Country with the manual. I'm actually going to be giving this and one other game I'll show later to TMD121. I owe him one for a very generous surprise package he sent me a while back, so those will be going to him. And then also we got a stack of just random manuals here. I'm not going to go and show them individually, but they didn't have any of these games, and the lady was like, oh, well, I was just going to throw these out, and I was like, well, I'll take them, So just a stack of random Game Boy Advance manuals. If anyone's looking for a particular manual, let me know. I'll see if I have it. So that was all we got from the first sale. I did not end up getting the systems. The main reason was that, like I said, they were marked at $10 a piece, and the screens on both of them were very scratched. One of them was missing the original battery cover. It had like a Mad Catz battery pack that doubled as the battery cover. And if I would have got them for like $6 or $8, I probably would have done it. But I asked if the prices were negotiable, and she said, "Oh, well, they're my kids, and they priced them, and they get the money if they sell them." So I was like, I'm not gonna like bargain with the kids' prices. I'm not gonna like take money away from a kid. I'm sure someone will pay the $10 a piece for them. So we didn't get those, but I was happy with the good start we had with the Game Boy Advance games there. So. We drove around to a couple more sales, and the next thing we found was at a sale that didn't look like they were going to have anything, but we walked into the garage, and I found this. It's a PS1 system here, and it had a controller with it, the power cord, and the instruction manual. And that was $1.50 for all that, and I didn't really know. The system had like a rattle to it, and I didn't think it was going to work. But all I really wanted was the controller. So we got that, and we ended up splitting up at one point to cover some more ground. And Dave came back and met up with us, and he had another PS1 system in his hand, and a copy of Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. And he got those both for 50 cents a piece, so $1 total for both of those. Funny story though about this particular PS1 and this copy of Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. I was up in the same neighborhood last summer. I did a Craigslist deal with a guy. He sold me some GameCube games, and he sold me a couple PS1 systems. And when I was up there, I was actually with Ryan, and he was trying to get me to buy these as well, this exact same system and this exact same copy of Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. And he was like, "Oh yeah, another $10, and you can have both of these." And I was like, no thanks, man. So it was just funny that literally, wait 1 year and I get them both for 50 cents a piece. Like that was kind of funny, the exact same one. So. Unfortunately, I don't think either of the PS1 systems worked, to be honest. I think one of them had like a dead disk drive, like the disk wouldn't spin, and the other one wouldn't read discs, even after I cleaned the laser. But I wasn't really concerned about it. Like I said, all I really cared about was the controller for that one, because I needed this to complete another system. And I guess the instruction manual was cool. I've got a couple box systems that don't have the instructions, so maybe I'll stick this in one of those boxes. But pretty good deals there. Let's see, next... We left that subdivision, and after hitting up the rest of the sales, didn't find anything else there. And there was some more garage sales out in that same area, so we drove down the road a little bit. And I don't even know if the one that we stopped at first was on our list of sales to go to, but we saw it on the side of the road, and we pulled up to it. It wasn't like a garage sale; it was like a big shack barn thing, just full with I don't know if it was like a fundraiser thing. So I'm assuming it was just a bunch of donated stuff. But we walked up there, and the first thing we found was a couple of GameCube games. I got Smuggler's Run, Warzones, and NFL Blitz 2002. Both complete black label in very good condition. I think I already have this game though. but I'm not sure. So if anyone is interested in this game, let me know. And then I found something for Ryan. He had walked right by it. I don't know if he just missed it or what, but I saw it, and I pulled him aside and I said, hey, you know, you're gonna like this. And oh, check this beast out. It's a Commodore monitor, and I don't know how well you guys can see it in the camera there, but just a big, bulky, early 80s Commodore monitor. And Ryan is much more into this old computer stuff than I am. He's got you know, a couple of one of the old TI systems and the keyboard that we thought would work for this. Ended up testing it out. The keyboard he had, actually, I don't know if it's not compatible or if we just didn't have the right cord to hook it up to this, but we played some of his Super Famicom on this, and I think after the video we're going to try hooking my Wii up to this thing and see if it works. It played the Super Famicom fine, so I don't know. But basically, he had that in his hands, and he was going to go up and offer $5 for it. And I was like, hey, you know, throw these games in there. I bet you can get it all for $5. And he did. So we got these two games and the Commodore monitor for $5. And then after that, we drove a little farther down the road, and there was a garage sale. And we stopped, and we were walking around. Didn't find much at first, but then Ryan's brother kind of tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey, check it out. And on the ground was a box of NES stuff. So I had this in my hands, and I gave it a quick glance over to see what was in there. Had some games, nothing special. It was missing the AC adapter, though. I did note that. So I had that in my hand, and we walked farther into the garage, and Dave found a Game Boy Advance SP lot and a pink DS Lite in the case. And all three of these here were marked for $20 a piece. And, you know, probably worth it, but not a great deal considering, you know, the NES was missing the power adapter, the DS Lite did not have a charger with it, so, you know, Dave was like, let me handle the negotiations. He took everything up to the front where the owner, or the owner of the stuff was, and when we got up there, we saw another box of stuff. There's a box of GameCube stuff, and this was marked at $45, and we were like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, everything in here is probably worth $45 as a lot, but, you know, we're not going to pay $45 for something at a garage sale, so we kind of went aside and we talked about it for a second and brought it all back up there, and I think Dave offered the lady $75 for everything, so kind of low, but not, you know, wouldn't have been a terrible deal for us. And the lady up there was actually really kind of rude. It wasn't even her stuff, to be honest. It was like a multi-family sale. It wasn't even her stuff, that she didn't own this stuff. And Dave offered $75, and she's like, oh, well, yeah, you know, it's not my stuff, but that's way too low. We're not going to take that. And, you know, we kind of just looked at each other and we're like, okay, well, whose stuff is it? And she called the owner of the stuff over, and she was like, yeah, these kids are offering you $75 for all this. That's way too low. You're not going to take that, right? And the lady who owned it was like, well, you know, they look like nice kids. They can have it for $75. So it was kind of just a big middle finger to this lady who tried to, you know, bargain with Dave, and she didn't even own the stuff. But so we got all this for $75. Obviously a lot to spend at one garage sale. You know, anytime you spend over, you know, $20, $25 on video games at a garage sale, you're obviously not getting garage sale prices. But it wasn't a bad deal. I'll show you guys what we got here. Here's the NES system here. It's in actually pretty nice condition. There's no chips or cracks in the shell or anything, and I didn't actually test it out yet, but I put a game in it, and the pins feel not brand new, but they feel like they should work fine. Got the coaxial, 2 controllers, and some other random wires that obviously don't belong to this system. This is like a headphone extension or something, and a double-ended cable there. I don't know why that was in there, but what was really cool was it had one of these Nintendo brand game cases with it. And I've seen these before. These are pretty common on eBay and stuff, but I've just never picked one up. And it was full of games, so that was kind of cool. Show you guys what we got here. Jaws, Ice Hockey, Super Mario Bros. 3, Bionic Commando, Metal Gear, Mario Bros. Duck Hunt, Arch Rivals, Ninja Gaiden, Bad Dudes, and I think the only game in here that I did not have was Dragon Power. And I got the manual for ice hockey here. But yeah, so I think that was all the NES stuff. All of that for, well, let's see, $75 for everything, so it's probably like 17 bucks for that. So, you know, not a wonderful deal, but not bad either. And I'll show you guys the Game Boy Advance. It is an SP, the light blue one, in very, very nice condition. It's got a couple of scratches on the top, but the screen is like perfect. And it works perfect and everything. That came with the charger, and I'm not exactly sure if these are link cables or what these are, but it's got 2 of these cables in here, and some games. The only original Game Boy game it came with was Super Mario Land. And then for the Game Boy Advance games, we got Pokemon Pinball, Ruby and Sapphire, Mario Pinball Land, Mary-Kate and Ashley, Girls Night Out, Bratz, just straight up dogs with a Z, Pac-Man Collection, Rugrats, Backyard Baseball, Super Mario Advance, so we got 2 of these, one from the first garage sale, and then Mario Kart Super Circuit. And this is the other game I will be sending to TMD 121 with the Donkey Kong Country. And it came in this, you know, Game Boy Advance case here. It also had these cards in there. I'm not exactly sure what these are, but they like, I mean, they have like NES games on them and pictures of NES games and stuff. And they're just like, I don't know if they're like trading cards or playing cards or what. They don't look that old, but still pretty cool. I'll have to look through those. So again, just like the NES, all that probably came out to about $17. So, you know, decent deal. I mean, no Pokemon games or anything, but not a bad deal. And then here's the pink DS Lite in a pink case. Dave was really excited about this. I think he's going to keep this just because he, for some reason, has really wanted the pink DS Lite. I found one at Goodwill a while back for like $8, and it was, you know, perfect working condition and everything. So, and I ended up, I think I gave that away or I sold that to somebody before I told him about it, and he was really mad at me for not giving it to him. So, he was really happy that he found this. And we didn't even notice until after we left. We were in the car. I think it was Ryan or his brother was like, "Hey, you know, there's a bunch of games in the back." And we didn't even realize they were in there. But I'll go ahead and show the games. These are actually nothing special at all. But we got Fashion Designer New York, My Sims, Hannah Montana Music Jam, Cake Mania, another fashion designer game, High School Musical, Hannah Montana, Nintendogs. So obviously, you know, Pink DS, all those girly games, obviously belong to some, you know, little girl, young little girl. And then we got Big Mutha Truckers. Like, where did this come from? Whoever bought her this game probably got in a little bit of trouble, but I found that hilarious. Big Mutha Truckers with all the Hannah Montana and fashion designer games and the Pink DS. I don't judge though, so whatever. So again, $17 probably for all that. That's probably the best deal. I mean, the DS Lite's probably worth, you know, $45 alone, 45 or $50. So that was a good deal there. And then for the GameCube stuff, this was probably about $25 in the end, which wasn't bad. A significant drop from the $45 they were asking for it. But we got the system in here. It's a Platinum system. It's got 2 Platinum controllers with it. And then both the power cord and the AV cord here. System's in great condition too. I actually haven't tested it out yet, but I mean, I'm sure it'll play perfectly fine. All of these games are in really nice condition too. Usually, you know, you find stuff at a garage sale, it's sometimes not in the greatest condition, but these are all great. Mario Kart Double Dash, and this is complete inside of here. Luigi's Mansion, player's choice, but it is complete. I've already got both of those. I don't have NBA Live 2005 though, or Mario Superstar Baseball. I've actually got 2 extra copies of this now. I think Ryan has this game too, so I'll probably have 2 copies for trade, but it's Super Monkey Ball 2. It's the player's choice, but it is complete inside here. The game I didn't have, Crash Nitro Kart. I don't know if this is like a Mario Kart ripoff or what this is, but... And then Simpsons Hit and Run. So all of that for probably $25. Again, it's hard to tell because it was one big lot, but $25, not a bad deal. I mean, with the system and the Mario Kart and Luigi's Mansion, that's, you know, over $20 worth right there. So 25. All right, so after we got that, we were pretty much out of money, but we had to pool our money together to pay the $75 for all that. But we drove around a little more in that area. There wasn't any more sales in that area, so we went back into our town, drove like 10 minutes back into our town, and stopped at a garage sale that was pretty close to my house. Actually, it was actually like a moving sale. They were getting rid of a lot of their big furniture and you know, TVs and whatever. So walked up there. They didn't have any video game stuff, but I did manage to find a big screen, a Radica big screen Tetris, and this was only, I think she gave it to me for like a quarter. And any of these Radica big screen series games, they're just kind of like the Yahtzees. You know, you can get $15-20 or all the way up to $30 for like, you know, like a free cell or a solitaire or something. So, you know, pick these up if you find them. They're you know, worth more than the quarter that I paid for it. And now, that was all I bought from that garage sale. Dave actually made a pretty big purchase at this garage sale, and when I say big, I mean literally big and pretty expensive. And it's not gaming related, but it is in the sense that it's in my game room. And I will show that at the end of the video, actually, and probably give you guys a sneak preview at the room tour at the same time. So stay tuned for that at the end. Now, one of Ryan's family members was actually having a garage sale, and Ryan said that he was over there for Easter for like a family get-together thing, and he saw a box of like N64 system and games and like some Sega Genesis games and stuff, and it was just like tucked under like a bar or something that they had, and so he figured, you know, if they're having a garage sale, they're probably going to be selling it, and so we drove over there and walked up there. Unfortunately, did not see any N64 or Sega Genesis stuff. Was hoping that it hadn't already sold or something, but Ryan asked them, and they said that they weren't going to sell it yet. So they did have some PS2 stuff there, though. And I paid $5 for everything in this bag. Thinking back on it, I'm not sure if I should have bought it. I have no idea what I'm going to do with any of this stuff, but it was kind of like the heat of the moment kind of thing. But I got a Nintendo DS case here from GameStop. And then, American Idol for PS2. It is complete. It's one of those like iToy games. Buzz, the Mega Quiz, and The Sims 2 Pets, which somehow got put in like an NFL football case because it still got the NFL sticker on it. So I don't know what happened there. Oh, that's what happened. It's from GameStop. And then High School Musical box set thing with the microphone in there. And then I actually got the iToy here. I was confused when I saw this, so I thought the iToy was like black and a little bit bigger than this. Maybe there's like 2 different models of it or something, I don't know. But I've never seen the iToy that looked like that before. We got that, and then the disc for the iToy, the manual for it, and then those these buzzer things for that Mega Quiz game. I don't know, I've never played anything like this before, but $5 for all that, you know. If anyone's interested in any of this stuff, please let me know, because I don't know what I'm going to do with it, not being a PS2 guy, but anyway, drove around to just a couple more sales. There wasn't that many more. Didn't find anything. At the very last garage sale we went to, I found a Ms. Pac-Man plug and play for $1. It's in like, you know, used condition. It's not great condition, but the batteries were like exploded in the compartment, but I cleaned it out and it does work fine, so not bad for $1. And that was all we got from the garage sales. After I got home, I was like in the middle of sorting this stuff out, and my friend Nick called me, and he said that he was down at this store. It's not really like a thrift store, it's like a resale store kind of thing, and he said that they had some PS1 games there. They had like Madden, Cool Borders, and I was like, oh, you know, never mind. But he's like, oh, well, they have this this tennis game in like this big box, and I was like, you know, I was obviously he must have been referring to a long box game, and they were all only $1. So I was like, well, if as long as it's like, you know, got the manual and it's in good condition, go ahead and pick it up. And he got me V Tennis. I think it's supposed to be virtual tennis or something, but it is in the long box, and I mean it is complete inside of here and everything. So good condition. It's, I mean, a little crack on the back case there, but you know, long box game for $1. I thought that was pretty good. But anyway, that was the pickups from the weekend. Like I said, about the same amount of stuff we got in our last video, just didn't get quite as good of a deal on it, but we still got some pretty cool stuff. We're excited to go out again next weekend. As promised though, I will cut right now and show you Dave's big purchase of the day, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so here is a shot of Dave's big purchase, and a really poor overview shot of everything we got. But yeah, it is a corner couch. And the first thing Dave said when we were moving everything down into my basement was, we got to get a corner couch. And he actually got a really good deal on this one. They were asking $100 for it, which was probably a pretty good deal itself, but Dave put on the whole I'm a poor college kid thing and got it for $50. You know, a nice big clean corner couch for $50. Pretty good deal. So anyway guys, thanks for watching and take care.